We can have fun with this, and it's fun.
Yeah.
Is anyone taking it seriously? Is anyone watching this saying, this guy who suffered a gruesome injury and upon whom the hopes and dreams to at least some degree of the New York Football Giants rest this season probably shouldn't be doing a backflip on the stage there to make people laugh? Anyone have an issue with it?
He's doing a backflip in a Statue of Liberty t-shirt. Yeah. God bless America. Listen, Greeny, you know how you just shifted into your serious, responsible voice there?
Yeah.
I totally respect it.
Yeah.
But I want everyone to understand, the Giants have a dog. And I don't mean like he's got that dog in him.
Yeah.
He's like an actual human Labrador. When you come home and the dog has torn up the pillow and peed on the ground, don't you? Why did you do that?
All right.
Because I'm a dog, and I'm always going to do that. That's not his first backflip. It's not his last backflip, and I'm not going to sit here and we're going to pearl clutch through the Cam Skadeway era. I know it's irresponsible. He's irresponsible. All right. It was also at Fanatics Fest. Have you ever been to that thing?
Yeah.
There's nobody up on stage splitting the atom. Okay. It's fun. It's a party, and this is not the last time we're going to do this. By the way. This is a fourth-round draft pick running back. This is not the linchpin of the organization. This is not Saquon. He's going to be here for a few years. We're going to have a few laughs. He's going to have a few touchdowns, and we're going to miss him. So let's not ruin it while he's here.
They say Steve Sarkisian and Arch Manning and a lot of expectations in Texas. Is it title or bust in Austin this year?
You know the answer, Greeny. It is yes. You don't get to this point with one of the most celebrated players in modern college football history and lay an egg like Texas did last year. Remember, they lost that Ohio State game, and then they dropped the game to Florida a couple weeks later, which really knocked them out of the CFP. They lost to Georgia later on. But they not only have Arch Manning, they have so many amazing players that they picked up in the portal. They have one of the best rosters, if not the best in all of college football, certainly the best in the SEC. They have to get to the title game.
But, Jordan, at the end of the day, for most fans at least, it's going to be about Arch. What are you looking for in him and his team this year?
Yeah, I think it's consistency. I agree with Paul. This is one time that at SEC Media Days, Paul, we're going to be on a show on ESPN, and we agree on something. Texas has one of the best rosters in the country. Cam Coleman, the receiver from Auburn that's now with Texas, was one of the most impactful transfer portal additions in the country. Him and Ryan Wingo make up one of the best receiver duos in the country for Arch. Now, here's what I need to see from Arch, more consistency. He was one of the most inaccurate quarterbacks in the country on the short game. 0 to 10 yards, he was last in the SEC and 122nd in completion percentage at just 56%. He's the most inaccurate from 0 to 25 yards as well, and all that has to do with footwork and mechanics. You start to see it get a little bit better as the year went on, but he's got to clean his footwork up, which in turn is going to clean up his release point, some of that sidearm lean that you see at times. And if he's more efficient and consistent, the explosiveness is going to be there, and Texas will get to a national championship.
Wow. Is Super Bowl realistic? Is that a realistic expectation for the Cowboys?
We're all parents here.
Right.
Okay. My son recently has become enchanted with space travel. SpaceX and Elon and Bezos and all that. My son, my beautiful son, says to me recently, Dad, I think I might want to be an astronaut. Do you think I could do that? Now, it is my job to say, of course, son, anything you put your mind to.
Duty.
I looked at him, I don't know. Can we maybe get a B in math first? Not even an A. Can we get a B? And then we'll talk about you visiting other planets. Speaking of other planets, the Cowboys, can we go to a title game first?
Yeah.
Can we get the B? Because if the Cowboys this year, never mind the Super Bowl, if they were to lose, let's say to the Rams, 38-0 in the title game, that is their best season since I got my driver's license. It has been that long. So shoot for the moon, Calvin Brandt, if you're watching at home, and Dallas Cowboys, go get them. Realistic? We've been doing this conversation for 30 years and it's not realistic. So no, I'm not expecting. But a title game, that's landing on the moon. One small step for man, one small step for Cowboys kind.
We got a morning, a huge shakeup at Michigan involving their athletic director. And let us bring in Heather Dinich. You're going to see the sign that says SEC behind her because she's covering SEC Media Days for us. But this story, Heather, comes from the Big Ten. Go ahead.
Yes, that's right. Ward Manuel is going to step down at the end of this calendar year, and Michigan's president is going to conduct a national search. Greeny, this all comes as a result of a major investigation into the athletic department, and nearly 300 witnesses, more than 20,000 documents were reviewed, and there are two important keys to the findings. One is that the investigation into the culture review did not find that misconduct was widespread throughout Michigan's athletic department, but it did find that there were weaknesses in accountability, organizational structure, oversight, and reporting. And this created conditions that misconduct was not always addressed consistently. As for Michigan Athletic Director Ward Manuel, the investigation found that he did demonstrate important leadership qualities, but it also identified failures to quickly and effectively act on allegations of wrongdoing by the athletic department. So I'm told that a statement from Ward will be coming later. This is not entirely a surprise. Let's focus on the big picture here with Michigan's athletic department. With Tyrone Moore and everything that has happened over years, if you go to ESPN.com and look at a timeline about investigations and things that have gone wrong in Michigan's athletic department, Greeny, it's about this long, okay? So this is the result of all of that, and it is a complete reset, and Kyle Whittingham, the new football coach, is exactly what they needed because he was hired in part to bring some stability and discipline to the program.
Jamal not practicing with the team 2 days before the match? What do you make of this?
Relax.
Okay.
Don't freak out, Pete. Don't freak out. He's going to be okay. He's going to be okay. But if he's not, start freaking out.
Yeah.
Start freaking out because he's one of the best players in the world. I know Lamine Yamal has been at half gas pretty much all season. At Barcelona, he had that little sports hernia, and he couldn't perform at his level. And then when he did, he was the best player on the field. Every single moment. In this tournament, we're right back to it. He's been at half gas. He's been 1 here, 2 there. He's been threatening, but never quite Lamine-like. But if he explodes, that's the difference. Because this Spanish national team is night and day without him. With him, at his best, the ability to stretch the field, the ability to get in behind, the ability to have that one player who can change the game at any given moment. Without him, you're in trouble.
In the NFL, if a player doesn't practice 3 days before a game and is out for practice or is at least separate, that is a major red flag. In the world of international soccer, do you feel the same way?
Normally, I don't feel the same way. But this is a World Cup final.
Yeah.
It's a World Cup final. It's one of the best players, not only of your team, but in the game today. And where that bandage is located for a player, a fast twitch of explosiveness, it lends me to worry because his medical history has shown us that if he's not 100%, he's not Lamine.
On New York, because I know you're Mr. New York too. I mean, yesterday between the Fanatics Festival, World Cup going on, the boardroom, I mean, there were so many people in town, and I heard multiple players say, hey, everybody's kind of in a hold and wait position to Wendy's point about what LeBron is going to do. You know, to me, I often think about this whenever you're around this group is, a lot of people talk about, hey, it's about winning a championship. It's also how you close out a legacy. And when you think about LeBron, you think about maybe the top 3 greatest player of all time. A lot of people have him slotted number 1 or number 2. And how that legacy finishes matters, guys. So let's just go through it very quickly. If you go out to Steph, that will now be Kevin Durant and LeBron James that have gone out to Steph. That says more about Steph than I think it says about the way LeBron finishes. If he goes to Minnesota, is he going to be that with LaMelo Ball and Anthony Edwards? I'm not sure. If you think about Miami, he's done that. That's more Espo and Pat Riley. To me, this is about you. Chapter 1 was Akron, Ohio. The closing chapter is Cleveland, Ohio. You close it at home. That's where you finalize and submit your legacy. That's just me personally. It's subjective. It's speculative. But at the end of the day, it just feels like when you're doing a doc, close out the doc with the place where you started the doc.
Here's what they're hoping. They have massive upgrades along their defensive line. And what we've known throughout history of the National Football League, when you have a really good defensive line, they make up for the deficiency in your secondary. That's what they're banking on. They have a ton of draft picks that they thought they were going to hit on. Those guys have not panned out. They have not developed as players. But they brought in some guys along that defensive line. Dexter Lawrence, he's a pretty good damn player. Bouye Mafe, who won a Super Bowl last year with the Seattle Seahawks. So they are going to be better. It's all about, in my opinion, can Joe Burrow stay healthy for 17 games and lead them to a playoff berth?
Because I would argue that maybe the Pittsburgh Steelers and Mike Tomlin know him a little bit more than the Dallas Cowboys because they've seen him over a longer period of time. And what George Pickens has to prove is that what they saw last year is the new George Pickens. And he can do that by duplicating what he did last year, both on the field when he's getting the ball. Can he do it twice? Also, how he plays consistently with effort away from getting the ball in the moments where he's not the guy or that CD is in the lineup or he's the number 1 guy. And then beyond that, as he continues, whether in Dallas or somewhere else, can he prove that he can do it without a solidified number 2 and prove that he's going to do it after he makes 9 figures? Now, I know you get on a podcast and all athletes would have you to believe $100 million is not that much money, but I promise you, it is. And once he gets it, can he still be the exact same player and continue to improve upon what he's shown in Dallas?